Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back. Welcome back to A Place to Conversate. Back with your main man, your host, Jalil. Salute and peace to the family. Keeping true to our Consequences of Crime series, I got my man Paige calling back in, giving it to you live and direct from the belly. If you've been following the series, then you'll know that Paige has served a 17-year federal penitentiary bid, and now he's in a Connecticut state facility where he's completing the rest of his sentence. I just want to let everybody know this is not me trying to promote any type of negativity in any type of way. This is me actually trying to put forth a positive message to any young people that's out there involved in any kind of crime activity, street life, drug dealing, things of that nature. You just glamorized and given to you through entertainment to make it look like it's something, cool to do. So I'm just giving you the realistic side, the other side, so that if you do make those type of decisions, you'll know the consequences that come with those choices that you make. So with that said, let's just jump right into it and let my man give it to you.
Like I was talking about before, how dangerous it is in the penitentiaries. They got different levels. They got the penitentiary, the FCIs, the lows, and the camps. Now, the lower you get, the sweeter the federal system gets. That's what people be talking about. They like, yo, it was Fort Dix don't even have a fence around it. So, dudes with real charges, getting them drug charges and them gun charges and out there shooting niggas, they not going to Fort Dix. They going to jails like USP Canaan, USP Hazleton, USP Coleman, USP Beaumont, shit like that. And niggas is dying in them prisons. And when you get there, you just gotta change your mentality. Like you gotta change the way you think. Like doing time in Connecticut, if you got a problem with somebody, you might be thinking, yo, I'm gonna go in the day room, I'm gonna beat this nigga ass. But when you in the feds, you gotta think, when I go in the day room, I'm gonna have to stab this nigga. And that's all it's about. Because niggas don't want to fight. Most niggas can't fight. You know what I mean? So they just want to stab a nigga and make a reputation for themselves. Excuse me, ain't no fireball. She got me fucked up. But yeah, niggas just want to stab a nigga and make a reputation for themselves.
That's what Precise was saying.
Huh?
That's what Precise was saying when he came home. Like, everything the stabbing game in that motherfucker.
Yeah, everything is like that, man. I'm telling you, when I first went in, I had it set in my mind that I wasn't going for nothing. You know what I mean? It ain't like I had a crazy hard bid. I had an easy bid. In fact, I was the big homie in Canaan. But my biggest problem was everybody's problem was my problem. And I hated that. I swear, I hated that shit, man. It don't matter if one of my little homies get into something, it came to me. I would have to deal with it. I would either have to work it out or whatever had to happen, you know what I mean? It rested on my shoulders, and I hated that shit. That shit is fucking miserable, man. I mean, some niggas like that. Don't get me wrong, some niggas like that. I got homies that do put in work and love putting in work. You know what I mean? I got some niggas up there that I truly love, man. Some real niggas that'll die for you, man. I mean, you meet some real niggas, man. But it's just crazy. Human beings shouldn't have to live like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just crazy, man.
Absolutely.
And I mean, maybe I done got old. That's what it is. I done got old.
No.
I hate violence. Now, I don't even want to see no violence.
Hey, let me ask you something, man.
Look at that. Yo.
Let me ask you something. This is one thing I know. You right about. Niggas shouldn't have to live that way. What about you? Have you ever run across any niggas like I have in prison that you know in your mind and in your heart that they don't belong nowhere else but right where they at, man?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you ever met dudes like that? I've met several dudes like that. So what do you say about that then? What do you say about some niggas that need to live like that?
Some niggas, definitely. Some niggas do belong in prison, man. You better thank God for penitentiaries, man.
That's what I be saying.
I ran across some real crazy motherfuckers, man. But met some niggas like that. But it's crazy, man. I could only speak for me. You know what I mean? The shit I done been through, and the type of person that I am. You know what I mean? I was always, you know, man, I was a scheming nigga. I'm hustling. I was always on trying to get at something, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't really about that violent shit, even though I did get into that violent shit. You know I had murder. You know, I was stabbing niggas in the street. You know what I mean? Ali knows.
Dangerous ass
but
nigga.
When I came to jail, it was like, see, in the street, you really got a choice. You know what I mean? You can put that work in, or you can duck it. In jail, ain't no ducking. You ain't gonna duck that work.
Hell no.
You ain't gonna duck that. You gonna have to put that work in. And it's crazy where, like in the feds, it don't matter. Like if I get into something, you know, it's just on me. It's not like that. If I get into something, we all in it. You know what I mean?
That's how prison is.
All y'all niggas in it. So that'd be crazy. You got a dumb nigga in the crew. He running around gambling, running up bills, you know, doing dumb shit. Now he get into something, you gotta protect this dumb nigga. You know what I mean? You can't let nobody do nothing to him. And that's the most problem you will have in the federal system is with your own homies.
So let me ask you a question, not to cut you off, but in your experience, just off the top, how many times have you experienced that type of situation since you've been down?
What, getting in the shit because
Like,
of my homies?
Yeah, like somebody do some dumb shit, and now
my whole entire bid, man.
Wow.
I had one fight with my cellie in Lewisburg about a problem I had. Every other problem, man, was a problem for one of my homies that did something.
Wow.
Every single time, man. I done been in the hole for 6 months, man, under investigation for some shit I ain't got nothing to do with. I wasn't even there. You know what I mean? This shit crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Last time I was in the hole, for 2 months, and it wasn't even what they call where you from, your car. It wasn't even my car. It wasn't the Connecticut car, because my federal case is out of Virginia. So my last 3 numbers is 083. Your last 3 numbers tell where you from, you know what I mean? So like Connecticut is 014, you know what I mean? Boston is 038, New York is 054, you know what I mean? Jersey is 052, so on and so forth. So when the 083 niggas got into it, they came snatch me up too. Like I'm a 083 nigga. I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. I'm sitting in jail. Listen, I'm sitting in the fucking hole. In the hole up there, you don't come out for nothing. To shower in your cell. You know what I mean? They come around like 4 o'clock in the morning, asking if you want to go to a cage wreck, which is the size of a kennel. You can probably just go in there and do some push-ups. You know what I mean? But they come so early that you be asleep when they come by, because they don't want to, do no work. You know what I mean? Shit be crazy.
That shit crazy, yo.
Yo, check. You wreck at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Nah, they come ask you, do you want wreck at 4 o'clock in the morning? You ain't gonna get it till like 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. But they do that so they don't have to, cause they niggas sleep. They do that so they don't have to do nothing.
Yo, check it out, cause I know time mad limited, man. I want these cats to hear. I want you to touch on if that don't scare what you just talked about, the dangers. How about the racism that you face and have to endure on a daily basis? Just on that tip alone, what that look like? Paint a picture real quick of what that looks like.
The federal system, they breed that shit. Like here in Connecticut, Connecticut ain't going for that. Like you ain't openly gonna be a gang member. Like when you go to the child hall, you gonna sit where they tell you to sit. In the feds, you sit where your people sit. You sit at the same table every day. Like this is the Connecticut table, this is the white boys table, this is the Mexicans table, that's the DC table, then the Bloods table, then the so on and so forth, then the crib table, you know what I mean? The Midwest table. And you sit in that same area every day.
Wow.
I mean, everybody, for the most part, everybody, man, I ain't gonna say like it was just a total zoo all the time. You know, sometimes, you know, most of the time, niggas falling back. Now, just imagine this. You know how, like, in the jungle, at the watering hole and shit, you got your alligators, crocodiles, whatever. You got your lions over there, your tigers over there, fucking hyenas over there, and all of a sudden a fucking wildebeest come through. Imagine the chaos that, you know what I mean? That'll just jump off. But that's how it be, man. Just be mad calm, mad cool, then all of a sudden all hell break out.
What about them racist ass like, fucking guards and shit? I remember you was telling me that they was giving it to you in a way you never seen it before.
Man, they get you back in that hole, man. They beat you the fuck up, man. They call you a nigga and all type of shit. Tell you one time, some of the whole motherfucking police, they playing a game. They running, one police to come through and unlock the hatch, right? So he running through, unlock the hatch. The other cop, he running through, throwing your bag in the cell and shit. And the other cop running through, locking the hatch back. So basically, they just throwing your food on the floor. So I'm like, yo, man, just threw my motherfucking food on the floor. Motherfucker said, yo, it's in a bag. I said, so what? I ain't a dog. And I slapped my hand against the door, right? And I must have scared the shit out of him, right? He said, you know what? I'll break your motherfucking face. I'm like, yeah, right. Whatever, motherfucker. I go back, lay down. I'm sleeping. I'll go back, lay down, go to sleep. Motherfucker come kicking the door, talking about get up, cuff up. I'm like, cuff up for what? And when they say cuff up, that means you got to, excuse me, turn around, stick your arm between the,
You have 1 minute left.
Yeah, it's like, you know, certain places, because they build these prisons way out in the middle of nowhere. And ain't nothing surrounding these prisons but farmers and fucking sheep herders and shit, you know what I mean? So they get you way up in the middle of where I was at in Pennsylvania, and when I was leaving, ain't nothing around. They ain't even have no farmland. It was nothing around that shit. Just way out in the middle of nowhere. And ain't nothing out there but fucking racist crackers. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. They do what they want. They say what they want. Because they have nobody to police them. Nobody to hold them accountable. You know what I mean?
Just be doing anything.
In that hole, and they cuss you the fuck out. Call y'all type of niggas. What you gonna do, nigga? Like the story I was telling you, when the nigga threw my food on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, I slapped the door, and I guess it scared him because he came back, made me cuff up. So they brought me out the cell, and I'm like, yo, what's up? So they took all my shit out the cell. I ain't got nothing but a mattress, some books, and a little hand, you know, radio and shit. So they take all your shit. So I gotta sit my ass on metal, try to lay on the metal from 7 o'clock in the morning to 10:30 at night. But while they taking my shit, they got me back in this room talking shit to me, calling me all type of nigga. What you gonna do? Now I'm in handcuffs. What the fuck you think I'm gonna do? I can't do nothing. You know what I mean? But what they do, when they walking with you, they try to step on the back of your slipper. So on the cameras, you a jerk, and that'll be their excuse to fuck you up.
Wow.
And that's what they do, man.
Well, that's
they
crazy.
Fuck niggas up, man.
That's crazy.
It's crazy here, man. Scream. They got a thing, right? They'll beat you. That's what they do. They'll beat you until you start screaming. That's all they want to hear is a nigga scream. So a lot of times they jump on a nigga just start screaming so they stop. And it's crazy because the police, they'll beat you till you scream, and the prisoners, they'll stab you till you stop screaming. So it's just crazy, man.
Yo, that shit's so critical and ruthless on both sides. You watch out for the niggas around you. The guards, they against you. You know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. And I don't mean like you can't adapt to it, because a nigga can adapt to anything. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, I never really had no real problems. All my problems was because of my homies shit because they got in the shit, and now I gotta get into it. But you gonna get what you looking for. If you looking for some trouble, you think you one of them wild bad niggas, then that's what you gonna get. You know, they gonna test you. You know what I mean?
Niggas gonna test you off the rip.
Basically, but it ain't real. I can't say that. Nigga ain't just gonna test you for nothing. Ain't just gonna try you. Like how they say back in the day, nigga just see you and try you like back in the 70s. Nah, it ain't like that. You can coast through that shit, and if you have the ability to stay out of trouble, mind your business, and don't fuck with nobody, ain't nobody gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
But unfortunately for me, I wasn't in that situation. Like I said, I was the big homie, not because I was putting in work or doing all type of wild crazy shit. I had just been there so long. I'm the nigga that know everybody. I know all the other big homies. I got relationships with all the other niggas that's been there and stuck with me, stuck like me. You know?
No
we
doubt.
Just in there, stuck.
No doubt.
Stuck together, and you become, somewhat friends. You know what I mean? You get associated with these niggas. You know these niggas. You've been there so long with them. You know? And sometimes, a lot of times, niggas get into something. I can go talk to their big homie and we can squash it. You know what I mean? And, because if we can't squash it, it's going to get crazy.
So let me ask you this. I was going to ask you, is it real about, like, that Aryan Nation shit? And, have you ever had any issues with them or anybody in your particular circle had any type of, issues with them? How real is that?
That shit, see, one thing about that, like I say, the most problem you're going to have is with your own people. Other people ain't going to fuck with you. That's why you roll together for protection. But, like, say, you got the ABs, which is the Aryan Brothers. They just fuck with their own. Now, if somebody come fucking with them, they're going to defend themselves. Just like the Mexicans. They fuck with their own. If you fuck with them, then, of course, everybody going to defend themselves. But the one thing about the feds, when it comes to that race shit, it don't matter. If you black and the whites is fucking with you, you gotta fuck with everybody black. I mean, it don't matter where you from. If you get into it with the Mexicans, you know what I mean? And with the Mexicans, they don't know who you are. They don't know, what gang you from or who you run with or whatever. Because most of them niggas don't even speak English. You know what I mean? So if they get in a race riot with the blacks, or say they get into something with the Bloods, for example, they don't know if you blood or not. They just know you black. So you know what I mean. So you just gotta race riots is very it really don't happen that often. Really don't happen because that shit gets crazy. Me personally, I've never been in one. I went to a jail right after one happened, but I've never been in one. But as far as that racism shit, like with the inmates, that's like I say, the most problem you're gonna have is with your own people.
Your own
outsiders don't.
That's crazy.
Ain't no outsiders really gonna fuck with you, because then they gotta fuck with all y'all niggas. You know what I mean? And then, like I say, I can go to another, like, say, a blood nigga fucking with a Connecticut nigga. I can go to the blood, whoever they big homie is, and I can talk to him like, look, man, your man fucking with my man, da-da-da-da. And, we'll work it out, squash it. Or, if we can't squash it, it's going to be what it's got to be.
Yeah.
But like I say, for the most part, I done have relationships with these niggas and vice versa, because we've been there so long together, stuck. We don't want to get into nothing together. So we send them niggas, y'all niggas go in there and work that out.
No doubt.
It'd be crazy sometimes. We take bets. Niggas is funny. Niggas bet on who man gonna win or whatever. But
So let me ask you this. I know our time is short, man. I want to really get as much as I can for the young heads out there, man. What's a message you can give to the young cast that that's going to tune in and hear this, man? What's something that you could get them that give them something to deter them, gonna lead to, you know, this incarceration type of thing, man.
I hope younger people listen, because that's how I believe we gotta stop the cycle. We gotta get to the younger people. I don't mean the younger people that are in the street already, because I think it's already too late for them. Because I try to talk to young niggas that I run across in here, and I run across a lot of people still talking about how they gonna go back home and sell drugs. And I'm telling you, there's only one thing you're gonna be. You're gonna be back in jail. You're gonna be a snitch. You're gonna be dead. That's the only thing that's gonna happen. There's no winners in the drug game. You just can't win, man. You just can't win. But we gotta find a way to get to the younger, not the ones in the street already, the younger kids, man. That's who you gotta reach out to. And I would say, for the people that are gonna listen, that have children, you don't want your children to go through this. If you running around the street, you don't want your children to go turn to the street. I guess that's why you in the street, trying to make a better life for your children and your people. So you gotta find a way to break the chain. Because once you get that number, it's basically a wrap, man. Once you lose your fear of jail, you know it's a wrap. You don't give a fuck about coming to jail.
Hey, yo, tell these young niggas how they hold. Tell these young niggas how they hold this spotlight. Because when I went to jail and then went home and came back a couple years later, they still have my same number waiting for me. They still have my same visiting list.
Same number, same spot, same visiting list, same phone list, all that shit.
Same little bit of money on the books, everything. They know you coming back.
They gonna send you right back to the same block you came up out of, man.
Yeah, they is. So everybody can see that you ain't making.
Yep.
No doubt. Yo, listen, take heed, man. Take heed. You know what I mean? Again, giving it to you raw from the belly. You know what I mean? Ain't no nigga talking to you on the corner or anything.
I ain't gonna sugarcoat this shit. Some niggas, like I say, some niggas love this shit. Some
Yeah.
niggas like, yeah, I'm a fan, baby. I love this shit. Nigga, fuck this shit.
Institutionalized. Institutionalized.
This shit is crazy, man.
Those are the ones that's institutionalized.
This story can't be told in 15 minutes. I've been down there in 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
And we gonna get it out, baby. We gonna definitely get it out, man. You know what I mean? And you know we love you, man. Just hold your head, man.
Yeah, I love y'all too, man. I miss y'all niggas, man.
Miss you too, man. Can't wait to see you, man. For real.
You be out soon, son.
Damn, they deaded them?
More than likely.
Yo, but that's what it is. Once again, you guys hearing it live and direct from the belly. You know what I mean? I'm giving it to you raw. No chase, no cut. You know what I mean? So, again, to all you youngins out here who think that street life pretty, you know what I mean? And it's all right for right now. But when the tables turn and shit go left, and you have to see that side of it, trust me. You know what I mean? It's a whole different world, my dudes. So, I ain't going to hold you. I'm going to let you know what it is. I'm just going to say peace for now. And we'll see you on the flip side.